Do you just want to turn off your brain and run with ARC 3.0? No aim, no problem. I present the No Aim Freight Train. I am all into ARC 3.0, and it took me a while to get there with the Titan, but I'm there. This build is the ARC dream of flying full speed at the enemy without a care in the world, and there are some modifications you can do to it to make it even safer for your one life in trials, or go even more insane against groups of enemies in quick play. In the beginning, I started with Thunderclap, as I wanted to utilize the range of Thunderclap to pull off some insane blunting melee follow-ups from a distance that would shock people. It works, but the gameplay was so much slower than I wanted it to be, and oftentimes Thunderclap didn't work the way I wanted it to if I was too close to the enemy. I think this is due to how it prioritizes your normal melee over the Thunderclap melee, even if you have the power melee button assigned. So I'm putting that idea on the back burner for now. I really like the idea of it, but it was more frustrating than successful, and I kind of moved on to trying out other things. Until I saw True Vanguard's recent Freight Train video. I think I just really didn't want to use shoulder charge. I wanted to use the new stuff, you know, but when I watched TV's video, I was reminded of two things. One, yeah, I can't quick scope like that. But also, two, during the Titan slide, you can pull off a quick shot of your weapon before activating your shoulder charge. There's just this window amount of time. And I knew this, but I don't know. I think I was just trying to stay away from the old stuff with shoulder charge. And I had been trying this with Thunderclap, but I was just like, ah, man, that works so smoothly with shoulder charge. And after seeing it in TV's vid, I knew I had to try some things with it. So I started thinking, what is the most I don't have to think weapon in the game? Something with a widespread that aim isn't as important on and I can just Titan. Now I know what a lot of you are probably thinking, Dead Messenger. I tried it out and yeah, that does work, but it could be better. Maybe if I had more grenade launcher experience, this would have worked out better for me, but I found people just jumped at just the right time to get away from it a lot. And another weapon started calling my name, Cerberus. Yes, there is finally a purpose for you other than crushing stasis ice. The spread on this thing is so wide and yet just enough damage that you can slide, get off a few bullets, shoulder charge, and goodbye bad guy. I literally gasped the first time I pulled it off. I just can't believe that it works so well. And things are going to evolve and get better as we go through the video, but this first iteration of the build is pretty awesome. I stacked on the insurmountable Skullfort helm, and we're getting our melee back every time I blunted and got the melee kill. I ran the Juggernaut aspect to protect me on my approach, and then I ran Knockout to make me amped after every melee kill, which is kind of all I was doing. I also had Spark of Focus and Spark of Recharge in case things didn't go my way and I needed my abilities back. Spark of Focus lets me get more abilities while I'm running, and Spark of Recharge gave me a lot of my abilities back if I was critically wounded. But the third fragment will be up to you. Spark of Resistance is a bit of extra damage reduction. I felt that was a pretty safe bet for me since I was always running into everyone. As I progressed, I realized I needed something fast and powerful if the melee did something wonky, as it often does, and so I landed on a lightweight shotgun without remorse. I haven't crafted one yet, but I had one with hipfire grip and elemental capacitor, which brought my handling to 100 while running an arc subclass, which was great. I just needed something super snappy and really strong to whip out. This worked surprisingly well. Cerberus, Skullfort, shotgun, amped, I was flying. So that's pretty much the first full iteration of the build, and things were rolling, but it still felt like we could make them a little bit more consistent. For one, Cerberus sometimes was barely not enough damage for certain resiliences, so that was a bit of a bummer. I still like the build, and it's still worth me talking about because it's a primary with unlimited ammo and it did work a good chunk of the time. But the other problem with this build was I just ended up hating without remorse. I don't know what it is with this shotgun, and maybe some shotgunners out there can tell me, hey, this is just an all shotgun problem, but after a shoulder charge and a hot swap, it just felt like the bullet spread was at 1000% even at point blank. Even 2 shots in a row were just like completely blanking, and I figured the spread would be wide enough that some of the bullets would hit, but I just wouldn't hit anything. Maybe I'm just terrible with a shotgun, but I felt like I had other ones that were more consistent. So I looked at my lightweight shotguns and I found my beloved Wastelander M5 from the 30th anniversary pack. If you have a good Reeswalker, you could also use that, but Wastelander is craftable now, so you can get exactly what you want. I happen to have one already that had slide shot and opening shot with a handling masterwork, so I was pretty set. Originally, I wanted to replace the Cerberus with another primary weapon, but instead I flip-flopped it and decided to, you know, be a normal shotgunning person and just use the shotgun for blinting then meleeing. I felt kind of dumb for not doing this from the beginning because a lightweight shotgun works so well. I usually left someone with just the right amount of health to finish off with the melee. It was so consistent. Especially with slide shot on this shotgun, I got the melee kill and then I could zoom off to the next opponent, not even reload. I'd slide in, it'd reload the mag, pull off the shot, and even if it didn't kill him, the melee would. It was beautiful. And then I started using my brain just a little bit, added in a long-range weapon to back up the shotgun melee plays, and I landed on the rapid-fire kill clip scout the gunsmith just sold last week. Since it could pair with ARC 3.0 and was a rapid-fire to keep the theme of just hold down a button. Y'all, this is so much fun. I'm just running around without a care in the world. Now, did my KD improve? Probably not. But did I have a blast? Yes, I did. And I went on streaks and won Rumble games that I didn't think I had any business winning. This build is just pure adrenaline. Even if you don't run this exact setup, I think it might serve as some inspiration for something else you could create. I mentioned trials at the beginning, and I feel like if you stick with the OG exotic true Vanguard was running, ANTAEUS wards, and stack them with one of the blinking weapons and Juggernaut, you could become a really frustrating player to play against with essentially an extra shield from ANTAEUS while you slide in. Granted, you're limiting your melee to more infrequent use as you're going for just that one nasty elimination, but you could also take the opposite direction and go with something like Dune Marchers for the chaining electricity or Worm Gods for the easy follow-up melees. Just something to get the kill chain going a little bit better. Personally, I feel like this no-aim freight train build with the insurmountable skull fort felt really great because you can focus on only doing the fun parts, which is having your melee up all the time and just rushing in and punching things. But let me know what you think in the comments. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subbing and sticking around for more builds and weapon reviews. Montages included, of course. Until next time, GG.